Following the rider is an amazing experience from a pilot's perspective. There's so much going on and you enter this flow state where you don't have the mental capacity to really think about anything else other than what you're doing.
We love the challenge of Red Bull Hardline. What people see on a screen versus what we encounter day to day are two completely different worlds.
The location in Maydena is brutal, it's steep, it's slippery, there's rocks, sticks. You're either in an ATV or you're on foot for most of it, but it's beautiful. And it wouldn't be Hardline without those treacherous conditions.
It's a super proud moment for Rudy and I and the whole Profly team that Red Bull trusts us and puts all their responsibility in us for covering all aerial aspects for the whole week of Red Bull Hardline.
On the media days, you've got 5 crew up on the mountain.
I'll be the first FPV drone, Ben will be right after me, and then we'll have the Inspire team and the Maverick team with the parachute. So we've got Thomas and Dan on the Inspire, flying that flight path you practiced, staying lower this year rather than the top-down heli because there's also probably going to be those graphics on it. And then Killian, you've got the super wide graphics on the wide lens on the Mavic.
When we're flying the FPV drone and trying to get great media clips, it's so important that we have spotters staggered up the track.
And that's crucial to give us calls so we can time the media drone and be up in position ready to catch the correct media riders as they come down. For an event of this scale, we need to be prepping months in advance.
Because what we do is very much a niche, and also considering how remote the location is, it's not like you can source parts overnight or even in a few days. So we need to pack everything we could possibly need and take it to the event.
Every drone needs a redundant radio, goggle, cable, and the drone body itself. Because when you're out on the field, taking no for an answer or having a black feed, that's not an option.
Those dense bush environments definitely push the limits of what our drones are capable of. The track is super steep. We've only got so much range on the FPV drone. There's tricky lighting conditions, poor reception.
It's an 18-minute walk-in.
We've only got a set amount of batteries that we take up the mountain with us each day.
One of the hard things about shooting in these conditions is keeping your fingers warm. We need such fine motor control of the gimbals, so it's really important to keep them in your pockets, keep them warm. Even getting through the airport with over 20 hard cases and 100 batteries for drones, that's a mission in itself.
You guys do a great job at these events, keep it up, love the work.
No, thanks bro, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good. Alright, so this is what you're going to do. Speed tuck, hit the creek, hit the corner. You're going to feel a lot of G's, so don't turn sharp. Just open the corner up a bit. Scary and intimidating. You can nearly one bang it now if you want.
Okay.
The drone guys on Dax's highway setting up.
Rider at log jump.
Yeah.
Rudy will then be ready less than 20 seconds.
Got all the kit laid out, currently putting a GoPro on the drone. It's not ideal because the ground isn't exactly level, so we're flying on a bit of an angle. When you're setting up the FPV drone, you have to lock the tilt. That's always a tricky one because when you're about to drop into a rider, you're looking up at the sky or through the trees. So you've got to pick a few visual cues to hover and then do your best just to time a drop in to get back tight on the back wheel of a rider.
So there's actually 2 sides of filming Red Bull Hardline. There's the pre-event media days and then there's also the live stream. The more simple part about this weekend is probably actually operating the Inspire. The more complex side of things is getting the image from the drone down to the broadcast truck for live stream. The picture comes out of the drone through my controller, which then goes into a decimator, which goes through a fiber optic converter, puts it down the fiber line in the mountain, straight down to the broadcast truck.
So when we're selecting the types of drones we want to bring with us, there's a lot of variables at play. There's the efficiency, the reliability, the performance. We want the drone to be durable if there are any hits, and there's the safety as well. I had one instance where I was flying quite close behind a rider and like a 12-inch stick came up and hit the drone. Fortunately, it stayed in the air, but it's something completely unpredictable and things that you can't plan for that can really catch you out. We run a prop guarded 3.5-inch FPV drone off a 6S LiPo. We really like this setup because prop guards are essential for flying close proximity to talent. We don't want anyone getting hurt and we want to remove as much risk as possible. We do have our CASA approvals to fly close to people. This is pre-coordinated with the riders, so general public still need to be 30 meters from the track. So on the day when people are moving up and down the track, we have to have marshals in place to keep the track clear of general public.
Yeah, Inspire shot down the bottom of this looks so sick. Yeah. I will do favors for sick Inspire shots.
We chose to use the Inspire 3 as our primary stable drone for this event. It's got a full frame 8K sensor, great wide dynamic range, and it's a dual operated drone, which means we can get those front and side tracking shots that are not possible on something like a Mavic or even on an FPV drone. When we're tracking a rider, we want it to look more like a heli. We might put a 50mm on or even a 75mm, and we track right in on them so the rider fills your frame and you've got all the foreground trees whooshing past. It's an awesome shot.
A big part of getting the shot is staying composed under pressure.
This morning we're heading into one of the fastest sections of the single track. It's quite technical. There's lots of leaves in the way. There's no room for error, and we've got to get these shots.
Nerves can really get the better of you, and it's such a mental game flying these drones. If you're nervous and you're shaking and you tense up, you're not going to fly as well, and you're not going to get the shot.
For the most part, the weather was pretty good over the media days. Unfortunately, it took a turn come race day.
She's a bit of a wet one.
So wet, all my
The
seats.
seat's soaked.
The first year was bad, but this year is even worse.
We've heard that they've pulled the pin on the official live stream.
We were all in position, all 4 drone teams. We were set up, ready to go. We had done our practice runs on the day. We had tested the live stream kits, and then the weather took a turn.
Although the weather wasn't in our favor, on a positive note, media days, we had some great weather and the practice broadcast looked great as well.
Once the event wraps up, something that everyone always looks forward to is, of course, the Red Bull after party.
It's always a good time because the pressure's off and we can sort of hang out a bit, chat about the event, have a good yarn with the riders, with the crew, 1 or 2 drinks, some music, and then really just enjoy the moment and where we are. My favourite thing about Red Bull Hardline is the high pressure, high intensity environment that we're all put under. That sort of pressure where you've got a rider to film and you could only have one chance is what we thrive under at Profly.
We're super proud of our team and thankful for everyone, all the effort they put in before the event and during the event. It all comes together at the end when you look back at the project and the scale of what we just achieved. And to do this the 3rd year in a row, we couldn't be more proud.
We love what we do and we're really stoked of what we were able to deliver to Red Bull.